Alright, cool. So, essentially today, I want to kinda go over the crappiness that has been happening right now. GNUS, Mark, NKLA, that's expected. It's just consolidating off a huge spike, and XBA. Um, and I also kind of want to go over what my plan is, even though I'm down, and what I did wrong in executing my plan, because we're getting a whole lot of averaging down is good, and it's not technically good if that's the strategy you're going for, is just to get in something and average down. Um, what I was doing was position building, and I just got in too big. Still working on it, still working out the kinks, and I'm making a Excel spreadsheet going essentially stating what position I want, what's my ideal position size, and what key levels am I going to add to my position. If it goes up, how high am I wanting to ride it up? And if it pulls down, where am I going to add on my dips if it goes below my entry? If it's above my entry, if it spikes and then it dips down a little bit, then I can sit there and try to ride that, catch that dip if there's still momentum to it. Kind of like right here with IZEA. Whenever it took off today, say that my entry was right here before the market open, and I see that it has nice support, and I just wanted to get in just in case there's a morning spike instead of a kind of a panic. Well, go ahead and start with a small portion of the position that I want right here, and if it goes down to the support level, its first support, I will add on to my position there. It'll keep my average in between here, these two, and then I will set my mental stop loss at the next support range, which will be right here. Now, if I want to take the risk and allow it to go down that far, then I'll be like, okay, well, take a even smaller position here, and then there's two spots that I want to be able to average down on, and add bigger portion of shares to bring the average down to closer to where I want it. That's risky and it's a little bit more dangerous, but if it's something that you think the momentum's going to ride, like if today you did that with IZEA, you got in the small position and got in right here at its support instead of trying to run out, you just got in. Then okay, everybody's okay. Cool. Oh yeah, the second COVID outbreak is going to hurt everything. But so with position building, say that you got in here, okay? Let's say what it's we'll call it 250 for 100 shares. Say you got in for $250. All right. It comes down here to 219. Now, if you feel like cutting your losses quickly and not trusting the support, then do that. What I typically would do is wait to see if it cracks the support or if it holds the support. And if it holds the support like it does here, I'll try to get in on the second drawback. So 230 or 225-ish would have been my second entry. And then just and then if it rides up, just ride those shares. After it comes up and peaks, I'll start to think about taking gains right here, just at least half my position. And if I want to get back in and ride after it dips down, if it can show to prove a solid support on this form of resistance right here in the 260s, then that's the risk that I'm willing to take. But setting my overall risk down here at this support, because I don't want to lose all my gains. And with that tricky tool I showed y'all about swapping E-Trade lots, you can choose to sell the shares that you have up here once it once it gets into your comfortable range. So you can sell that and still have a low average. And if you want to ride it again, you can go ahead and ride it again. But I just wouldn't take a large enough position to destroy this average past a former support, kind of like right here. So if you do take your loss, you're closer to breaking even versus taking a bigger L. And speaking on IZEA, I honestly think it might have another run in it, at least into the weekend, before people start taking gains. But it is heavy shorts in this market, so we'll see. Nothing can run forever, as we can see with all the stocks that I'm currently in right now. So with XBA, there's a lot of questions about XBA and their reverse split. No audio, Jay? Does everybody have audio? Remember, you can unmute yourself and you can say yes. Okay. Okay, cool. All right, awesome. Like I said, Jay, this is also going to be recorded. So if you can't hear anything or have any technical issues, then you can just hop right back in. So XBA is a nice little funny one. You see right here, it says it was at 274. Well, that's a lie. That was actually sub $1. If this was sub $1, and it, I believe, finally broke $1 right in this area right here. So it closed above $1 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. And right here, they were starting to show some weakness. They were getting close to the dollar range. That was actually this day. And then they announced a reverse split on this day. The reverse split was only a 3-to-1. If it was a 20-to-1 or something like that, I would have just cut my losses there and just been like, no, I don't even want to deal with that tomfoolery. But it's 3-to-1. As you can see, I now have 101 shares at 770 average. So I'm not too terribly scared about that average. And then also, what's the news today? Second COVID outbreak. As soon as everything started opening back up, you guarantee people are going to have flights. Probably why this is starting to rebound while the rest of the market was crashing today. So this morning it enacted this 5-to-1 reverse split. It actually spiked all the way up into the 8s. I did not expect that. I'm not sure if this was just some conversion errors or people actually buying shares from last night and it's just flooded. I don't know what happened. All I know is I went to go make some coffee, came back, and all of a sudden I went from negative to up $100. Tried to sell, but it couldn't sell. And it said contact E-Trade support, and by the time you contact E-Trade support, it'd have been all the way down here by the time I got my call through. So I wasn't dealing with it. My thoughts on it is two things. One is for them to stay in compliance because they are building a business. They do have a warning right now to not being in compliance, so that gives them. They need to be closing over $1 for 10 days, and this is day 6. I believe that was over $1. Yeah, okay, so this would be day 7. It closed over $1. So 3 more days, they'll regain compliance. So that's going to be a nice little positive catalyst we can see in the next on Monday or Tuesday. It'll be regained compliance. And then also, a lot of the big boys don't play with stocks under $5. Um, they could have easily done a 2-1 reverse split to keep it up, but they did a 3-1 bare minimum. And also, it doesn't. Another positive thing that I see about it is what it does. They did was they took away um, 3 shares for every one, and effectively decreasing the amount of shares available, but increasing the price per share. So the float was cut into a third of what it was. And if my math is right, if I'm wrong, you can check me. So Dunny, I'll get to that actually. Um, so that's essentially my thoughts on XBot. It's going to be more volatile. The big boys are going to start looking at it. Second outbreak, they took off because of the outbreak originally. XBall, I was looking at XBall way back here when they announced that they are going to do COVID testing in the airports. And I was like, oh, it's not that great. This was like, 20-30 cents a share, and then it just took off. So COVID is a great catalyst. Second outbreak, it's funny that it's not funny that it's happening, but I just had a work meeting. I'm like, what are we preparing for the second outbreak? And they're like, oh, don't worry about it. I'm like, all right. So all that's going to do is send more people home, create more volatile trading like we've been recently, and it probably is going to last until the holiday season, and then we're going to have holiday trading, which will be awesome. So highly volatile market ahead. So for Nikola is just, I honestly see this consolidation off its highs. Like, it went up to almost $1. Holiday is when people have more money, and then that's when a lot of things are being released. The quarters for the sale from the third quarters are being released. People are trying to put out new products to catch that Christmas, selling. It's all sorts of stuff. That's why whenever I was doing drop shipping, I wanted to try to get good at it before the holiday, because holiday spending is what makes it great. Nikola, they said they're going to be releasing some sort of news, great news about some vehicles, I believe, on the 20th. Salky has more information on that. He's he's sending me DMs with information on that, so I'll be posting those up a little bit later. Actually, I'll just go here. So they have a big announcement on the 20th. Their truck drops for public consumption. So essentially, this is going to be huge for the stock. They're already nipping at Ford's and GM's heels. And I mean, if it's an electric motor company, we don't really have pure electric motor companies except for Tesla. So Nikola is a great competitor, in my opinion. So with Mark, oh my God, they just need to stop having their whole PR be about tweets, because they're getting a whole lot. Okay, Ford got pushed back too. They're getting a whole lot of contracts, but they're only tweeting about their contracts instead of dropping a PR. That's how come I'm holding to earnings. Earnings, they're going to have to announce the revenue that they have developed over the past, 4 or 5 months since Corona started outbreaking. Yeah, that company, that fucking company is what I'm going to say. No. Oh, okay. Oh, hi, Mark. Okay, so, essentially what I done wrong on Mark was I went too big too fast, and I didn't leave any room to case build. I mean, if you want to look at it compared to Xbox, GNUS, and Nicola, they haven't. It hasn't really cracked that hard. Like it's only been in a at least a 60 cent range. So again, this is just more consolidation that I see. Consolidation off its highs. Um, the fact that it didn't crack all the way back down to its previous levels and test its support or former support right here is making me think that it has more gas than it's letting on. Um, yeah, Nikola does. So GNUS, oh man, another fucking offering. But this stock would be almost in the 20s if they didn't keep dropping offerings like they have. And you just look at my zoomed out. I give you one guess where all the offerings were. Right here. Right here. Right here. Right here. Another one wasn't here. This was just death. And then as they started getting more momentum back, right here. I'm completely fine with it. Honestly, I'm just I'm waiting for that launch. That launch is happening on Monday. And if anything, I'll easily be able to break 6 to get out of my position. But I would like Xbot or Mark to go ahead and get positive so I can average down. Honestly, if I had about another $2,000 in liquidity, I would be in a perfect situation to bring this average down to the next little spike. I'll be good. But don't have really that liquidity. GNUS tattoos for the squad. But yeah, I know it sounds like I'm in love with these stocks, but what it is a long-term play. A long-term play based off catalyst hype. This right here was all a short squeeze. Like this was its natural run up. And then this is whenever shorts start getting scared and it just exploded. And then it died because they had an offering, because like what company wouldn't try to pay off some of their debts after their stock goes from $2 to almost 12. Like, it's just dumb if you didn't do that. So that's essentially what my thoughts are on all of that fun stuff. And to Star-Lord, with Nikola being literally junk, I mean, look at the numbers. Numbers don't lie. They have, what was it? 18... It wasn't 18 million. I think it was 18 billion or something like that in pre-order sales already. Just for their trucks that are dropping here on the 20th and then 2021 with all their whole full electric motors. Like, everybody said Tesla was junk, and look what happened, and they're just doing another Tesla. Oh, I mean, yeah, pre-orders definitely aren't locked in, but that just shows potential growth for the company. Oh yeah, no obligations for sure, but I mean, why not try to get in on something, because right now electric vehicles are hot. Tesla can drop a new line of vehicles and they'll be pre-ordered until 2 years from now. But that's just my thoughts and opinion. Okay, so with GNUS, I actually did pull up their shareholders article. Essentially, more hype up about their company, and some of their head members of the team. Like, this guy is a founding president of CEO of Fox Kids Networks worldwide, growing channels across all metrics, where eventually sold to Walt Disney for 5.5 billion. And then you have Margaret, which is the former president of Walt Disney Television. Um, or not joining Margaret. That's David Newman is the former president, and he will become the cartoon channel's chief content officer. So, and like, he's accredited too, because I mean, president of the Walt Disney Television is no laughing matter. Um, so you just see that they're essentially hyping themselves up, telling them what they're going to have. But this is what I'm waiting for. The launch of the cartoon channel on the 15th. And we're all excited. Covers 100 million TVs, 200 million mobile devices across all these. Essentially, it's available on Comcast, Cox, Dish, Apple, Amazon Prime, Amazon Fire, Roku, Tubi, and Tubu, or something like. Oh, fuck it. So then you have to think of the other catalyst of COVID happening again, and it's summer. What are parents going to have to do? Like, we all know parents now these days are always having their screen raise their kids. So advertising, no advertisements on this kids channel is just going. People are going to eat it up, and then you already have big names like Stan Lee's Cosmic Crusaders. If I'm not mistaken, Marvel is owned by Disney, and they have to have the rights to do almost anything by Stan Lee, unless it's a completely different copyright. I didn't do that much digging into it, so that's kind of what I was just looking at. This was kind of interesting to see that they would drop this after they file an offering, essentially trying to keep their stock up and give people hope. That there you go. I like that. DeCosmic Defenders. Oh man. So next, I'm not really creating a watch list, since you already know I have everything already locked up. But I kind of show you how I do it with the weekly with Benziga Pro. And also, like you're saying, do I have stocks I look at for COVID? Yes, I have a whole watch list. It's not all there, but I have a watch list essentially starting off for COVID. We can always put CYDY in there, because they were COVID play at 1.2. Technically, Expa is a COVID play. Mark is. I'm playing COVID plays right now. Mark is a COVID play because they're doing the thermal cameras, FLIR. Now they're the legit company. They're Mark's real counterpart, and they're the ones that are working with Tesla. And as you can see, their shares $42. They're essentially doing successfully what Mark is trying to do, and I didn't even type Mark in there, but whatever. So what I do for the day is I go to my sub 10 scan. I have my set for under $10, at least a 10% change, and volume over 1 million. This is essentially top percent gainer scan. Oops. Well, now y'all get to see how I do my scan. Price, go to any, and under 10 percent change. Up 10%, and then volume I go greater than 1 million because I want stocks that are moving. And then I'll just filter kind of through this list. I'll bring this down right here, and I just kind of go and click through here. Now, Waifu is definitely one I'm watching. Shout out to Apex Trader, 100% for calling that out on the from the the list of Twitter pumpers, which I actually am using right now. He's posted the list up here. I will actually post it in the Learn to Win channel. And everybody actually can post in here. This isn't just us. So if y'all find any information, you can post it in here if you want. So that's open platform. We want this to be an open community where we all grow together, and it's not just, 3 guys that barely know what they're doing throwing information that they read that helps them. So I like that. And then I really didn't even know about lists because I haven't used Twitter in ever. I've never used Twitter until I started using the stock market. So that's fun. So anyways, back to this. I'll go to Waifu. I'll kind of scope them out. 1.8 million float. That's fantastic. And holy shit. Okay, well, Waifu is... It went Nova today. Man, this is all today. This thing could go tomorrow as well, in my opinion. A first Nova Green Day like that. What's the news on it? Oh, so essentially earnings. Alright, so they're essentially reporting earnings. And I don't want to bore you with having to read SEC files. I'll do a whole another thing on that. That's boring. So yeah, she was definitely pretty. I'll put that to my watch list. I'll add that to my Friday watch list. Friday spikers are typically what happens on Friday. X-Ball, we already know X-Ball. Don't be fooled by this percent change. That's just because they did the reverse split. So I'll look at CLDX. Closed green yesterday, and nice run up into the 9s and 10s. And then just rinse and repeat. Like, what's the catalyst? Why was it running? And you just kind of see it looks like from what I see a good amount of insider buyings. People are just buying stock. I'm not going to really dig into it because, like I said, this is just I'm not really planning on playing a whole lot tomorrow. I was just wanting to do this to kind of show y'all how I do things to get prepared. But normally I'll spend maybe an hour, possibly 2 hours going through all the top percent gainers. If I get tired of looking at the screen, I'll cut it off at 20%, and I'll just take the 20% up and I'll look at those. So it's you're going to be prepared as much as you want to be. What I mainly do in the morning, what has been saving me a whole lot of time from having to actually build that big stupid watch list every single night, I like to build a big one over the weekend, and during the day, if I'm planning on day trading, I'll just go to my movers tab, and which you'll find right here in Benzinga, you just open up in your workspace and just filter it. So if you want to look at gainers and losers, if you're looking to short on something that's coming down, I mean, you click gainers and losers, pre-market, regular, after hours. So let's go to after hours, session, sectors. We'll do all I mean, for the sake of COVID, if you're going to do COVID, like click healthcare. If you are interested in oil, since oil and everything kind of took a nosedive with the whole market, like you can hit energy, technology, like 5G is starting to make it come up. So you can essentially filter through all these, set your price. I typically only play stocks that are $10 or below. So me being a Nikola is actually kind of a big deal. So that's why I'm calling it an investment versus a trade, because it's a company that I actually have, positive thoughts and opinions. Yeah, CLDX. I saw Goose talking about that yesterday as well. So with my movers tab, I typically play pre-market and after hours. And after hours are whenever I look for. Man, my liquidity is all locked up in 4 stocks right now. I ain't got shit to my name, boy. So I've put myself in a hole, and I've already said that today. It's because I went too heavy on Mark. So essentially, in the pre-market, what I'll do is, one, I'll look at Goose's watch list, and that's nice, because he always has some news that I'm waking up and trying to get my brain working on in the day. And then 2, I just go to the movers tab. I hit the pre-market and I just look through the movers. And then if they're movers that I kind of know, and I've already known to be moving, like HEXO. My God, I sold this what, 2 weeks ago at the 55 range, knowing it was going to be a fantastic swing, and I only swung it for 3 days. Now you kind of see why I'm becoming more of a long-term, be patient swinger. Because if I'm not watching it, if I'm not on it every single day, there's things that I miss. And I mean, and that's what Benzinga is here to help you with. Like, ideally, you want to have what I'm going to be doing some refreshing on is actually having one setup, one layout just strictly for news, that are going to be push notified into my desktop. And the push notifications are only going to be for my watch list news, and it'll be my weekly watch list. And then I'll have this set up just for my daily scans that I need, just so I'm not running so much CPU, having all of these tabs open all at the same time. So what I mainly want to have will be my all news watch list, my regular watch list, and breakouts, and possibly my signals. I don't need all these on here. Options activity, I don't have the options package yet, so it doesn't show me exactly all the options activity. But so that's essentially what I have for today. By the way, awesome. Thank everybody so much. I hit 100 subscribers today. We're at 100 on my Twitter, I believe. 109 on my Twitter, and we're 100 in the Discord. So big 100s all the way around. That's awesome. So everybody, nice round of applause. And then also I do want to tell y'all the contest. The contest for the giveaway for Discord members, Twitter members, and YouTube subscribers ends on Monday. and the Benzinga Pro giveaway ends on July 4th. Oh, okay. Yeah, Goose was the one that told me to swing HEXO. And then the whole reason why we were swinging it is because this was the first time that I've personally seen, and I actually asked him about it. What does it mean whenever offering is above the current price? Well, typically it goes up to the offering. And so, I mean, Goose called it out. I was looking at it, and shit, like, a lot of the stuff makes sense. Yeah, if the offering is above the current price, then it's going to go up, and if it's below, then it's going to go down. So, yes, huge shout out to Goose. That's how come he's another mod, and he's our other channel creator, because I respect his opinion immensely. But with that being said, this is open mic. Y'all can unmute yourself if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. There's crickets out there. Y'all make... I know, nobody wants to be talking. Did I do this a little too late? Is this a good time for everybody, or should I adjust accordingly? Right. I see a couple people texting. Here, I'm gonna hit my mute on my mic, hit my vape a couple times real quick. Alright. Sorry, that's my dog. Well, yeah, we don't... I'm trying to keep noise quality down. Is the mic quality a whole lot better? I'm actually using my Yeti instead of my laptop mic, so hopefully that helps a whole lot. Alright, cool. Well, do what? Alright, bet. Thank you so much. Yeah, and also, I want to do 100 across the board giveaway, but like I said, I can only do as many giveaways as many, you know, donations that we actually do receive. We are going to hold off on that. I'm actually thinking about doing a 1,000 giveaway. I want to do $1,000 for 1,000 subscribers, followers, and members in here, and that will be, you know, $100 split in between 10 people, versus, you know, one person getting the straight, you know, prize or anything. But the big contest that we have, and we've already locked it in the books, is the Benzinga Pro giveaway. If you already have Benzinga Pro, it's just monthly. We will buy your next month, or if you got the annual one, we'll buy. We'll, you know, essentially give you the money according to what the monthly cost would be, which is, I think, is like $110. So either way, if you win and you already have it, you're still going to get, you know, a prize. And I'm going to post that Benzinga post link right here. So click that link, throw in that code, you get 25% off. Shit, I mean, I'm not trying, and that's the thing, like, I don't want to do Millionaire's Challenge subscription where it's like stupid expensive, and I understand where he's coming from it. But I mean, I almost feel like you get somewhat of the same exclusivity from having people who go out of their way to get into a Discord, and just if these live streams aren't going to stay free forever. They're going to be requiring a donation, but the donation is going to be like $1 to $5. And it's your choice how much you want to donate. If you only want to donate $1, then donate $1. But I'm not going to ask for more than 5, and I'm not going to let you donate more than 5 for a stream, because I just find that dumb, because I don't feel like my explanations are worth, charging more than that. I only want this so we can all grow. We can make this Discord freaking awesome, because I see other awesome Discords out there, and I just want to do that because I love talking to y'all, and I love talking stocks. This is something that I enjoy, and without y'all support, we wouldn't be here. So with that, unless anybody has any other questions, unless Goose has anything that he wants to input on, we can go ahead and cut this here. No, I don't want comments, just questions. All right, fam. Well, I'm going to stop the recording here. I'll stay in stream just for a little bit longer, but the recording is just going to be done here. Thank y'all so much for watching. Peace.